All right, so we are running out of time, to be honest. We've talked about so many things today in the studio with Yang Juniel.
Right.
But I'm curious now, moving forward,
Mm-hmm.
what your plans are, what your mentality is like these days.
Right.
Because I'm sure, having come back here from after being a server, you must be thankful for everything that you have. And
Absolutely.
That your album's called Day by Day, so you're doing everything
Right.
one step at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But what are, I guess, the next steps for you that you're thinking?
Just I'm so appreciative about the fact that my Queens and Kings have just accepted my album, and because this is my fourth album, right? And my first three it never had this kind of response, right?
Oh.
And just and I'm really glad that I put this album out, and the fact that I was able to put it out. This is not a good time to put out an album.
Sure, yeah.
The pandemic.
Yeah, right.
Right.
And then like my fans were like, we got the door, we're gonna hold it open, just do it.
Right,
You
right.
know what I mean? And I was
Yeah.
just like, really? And they're like, we're with you, right?
You call them your support group somewhere.
Well,
saw,
I
yeah.
call them my Jenny.
Jenny.
Well, because
Not
I,
Rebecca, but Jenny.
no. Because have you seen the movie Forrest Gump?
Yes, Jenny. Yeah.
Yeah. So I call myself Gump,
Uh huh.
and
Run.
they are my Jenny,
Ah.
right? Because in the movie,
Jenny,
Forrest.
Jenny keeps running away though. And goes
No,
to
in the
different people.
beginning, like Forrest, he gets on the school bus,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And
Right.
he's an oddball. He's got
Right.
nowhere to. Nobody wants him.
Right.
They're like, you can't sit next to me. No, you can't sit next to me. And so he's
Seat's taken.
standing in the back like this. And then Jenny says, you could sit next to me, right? And they become, best friends, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And nobody understands Gump, but Jenny sees him as this, good friend, right? And Gump doesn't really know what's going on in Jenny's life,
Right.
right? And Jenny is one of those people who can just disappear into society and she could fit in anywhere,
Right.
right? But in reality, she can't fit in anywhere, just like Gump,
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
right? And so she comes back. And Gump has always been waiting for her, right? And then she keeps leaving because she feels like she's not good enough for Gump. But Gump, she's like, actually, you're all I have.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
And so finally, Jenny comes back, and they don't have much time together, right? But the moments that they hold are so special that it carries them through the rest of each other's life.
Right.
Right.
Don't say it like that. You guys still have a lot of time
It's
together.
so
Yeah.
funny because 정님 actually sent a message saying 속 시원하게 얘기하시니 보는 제니가 더 시원해요. Good vibes, good vibes.
So they know that they're called Jennies.
Yeah. So I
Ah.
call them my queens and kings, and then I had mentioned on a program that about Forrest Gump and how I felt like a Gump,
Right.
and then they're like, "Well, we are your Jenny,
Yeah.
and you can sit next to me for eternity."
I think it's really nice that you're very honest about it too, that the Jennies are also lost and they only feel complete like through, you or Gump.
Right. Yeah. So unless we can let go of everything and we just hold hands at just like
A bus stop or something.
Yeah, without any calculation.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? As one human being to another.
Very pure.
Yeah.
relationship.
And then you can hold hands and then you can go out and you can make a living, you could do the work and whatnot. If you have that relationship where you would come home or you would go find that friend that you could just be yourself. You know what I mean? You don't have to front anything.
Right.
And I think we all need that.
Right.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Yeah, we absolutely need that, right? Otherwise, we can't breathe.
그렇죠. But I'm really happy for you because, even off here we were talking about how like 6 years ago you were still suffering about this and that. But now you made a big comeback. To the point, there is one point me and like Chris PD님, wherever we go, we see you in a 영어 학원 광고, bus, 지하철, everywhere you can make a big comeback.
Yeah.
So does it feel surreal for you? or-
Absolutely. I can't really get used to this, and it's like a dream for me, right? And my journey is what they're doing is like whatever commercial I do, they blow that item up So that it runs out literally.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, right?
Nice.
And that's what happened with the album. Like as soon as it came out,
Yeah.
they didn't hear it. They just bought it.
Right. Pre-order even.
Pre-order.
Yes.
So it sold out in pre-order.
Wow.
Right.
Right? Same with like the book that when I released my book.
Oh, you have a book out. as
Yeah,
well.
I had a book out. That was the first thing that came out, right?
Okay.
Right.
And it became a bestseller before anybody had a chance to read it.
Yeah.
So my Jennies are just like, okay, whatever you do, they mean it when they say, we got you.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, right? And so the relationship that I have with my Jenny, it's just literally like Gump and Jenny, right?
Tom and Jenny.
Yeah,
That's
and
Forrest
so
Gump.
I'm their Gump and they're my Jenny, and I think we all need this, right? And so I wanna put out an album where we talk about the most common denominator that we have, and because we have the most abundant amount of this, it's just pain,
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
right? And so like if I don't have any money, how am I gonna share money with you? Right? So we share what we have plenty of, right? And like sharing and giving one another is kind of different. Like if I give you something and I don't have it, then I'm at a loss, right? But if you give you something, I have it and you have it, then it's a gain.
Sure. Net positive. Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So I give you my pain, you give me your pain, and then it became less pain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I play a song by myself, that's completely different from I give you gotta hear the song and we enjoy it together. Right? That's sharing, right?
we
so
need to
deep.
share this song too. This pain, this love with of our other listeners as well. We'll be back in part 4 to wrap up. But first, this is your favorite song of the album.
Exactly. We're gonna keep 선배님 here. We're not gonna let him go. So everybody stay tuned for part 4. We're gonna be right back after this song. This is one of his newest songs, Alibis. Welcome back to part 4 of K-Ride on TBS eFM, 101.3 in Seoul and surrounding areas and 90.5 in Busan.
Right, we are still in the studio right now with Yang Junil. We were not expecting to talk about what we talked about today.
너무 좋아.
대본 읽는 거 진짜 단 하나도 못 물어본 것 같고요.
Yeah.
We didn't expect to speak in English today either.
Exactly. So 통역 많이 못해줘서 죄송해요.
네, 죄송합니다.
때리지 마세요, 여러분. Right, but I mean, I learned so much even off air because we were talking about all this culture, about the showbiz and everything, and he's giving us so much advice.
You speak a lot in metaphors and also speak a lot in, did you see this movie?
맞아요.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because it's hard to express something in words,
Right.
right? Because like and we need like a narrative or a setting for us to actually even start to taste what we're supposed to taste.
Right.
Right.
And so I like movies, and it takes a whole movie and a lot of money and talent to deliver one message,
Right.
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And so I like to refer back to it. We were actually talking about, I don't know, can we say the name of
Yes,
the
you
movie?
can. Yes.
Yeah. We were actually talking about Interview with a Vampire with Brad Pitt
Yes.
and Tom
Right.
Cruise. And we were saying, what was the theme with the movie,
Right.
right?
Yes.
And Lestat, Tom Cruise plays Lestat,
His character.
and he keeps creating other vampires because he can't adjust to the changing times,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And he needs the next generation to guide him, right? And we were just talking about, we really need like I'm 52 now.
Sure.
Are you a vampire? You look so young.
I'm 52 now, and I look at you guys, right? And it's so refreshing. You guys are like fresh flowers.
Oh, really? 저 이미
Yeah.
썩은 잔디인데요.
And it's so good to see, right? And you guys will lead the next generation, right? And unless we're talking about things that are beyond the physical, right? Then, because you guys are already physically superior than me and whatnot, if I'm only talking to you about physical things, I got nothing to say,
Okay.
right?
Right.
But if I'm talking to you about the spiritual things or things that are beautiful in this world,
Yes,
right?
Those are long lasting.
Yeah, those things are eternal, right? Even though it may seem so fragile, right? and when you're young, you think the only thing that's good is something steady and strong. But
Right.
the things that are really beautiful are the fragile things, right?
맞아요.
And they need your protection. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
stay vulnerable, stay delicate. Is what you're saying. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Willing to get hurt and hurt and all
I
that.
feel so 충전 about this.
I do
Thanks.
as well. We do have to say goodbye, but before we do you want to say anything to your kings, your queens, your Jennies out there?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. My queens and kings, my Jenny님들, I want to say I love you when I have the chance. Otherwise, I don't want to regret it, right? And
Right.
so you guys are my you guys are my water for the flower. You are my air. You are my bodyguard. You are my real estate. I love you guys. I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You make me much more than I am. Thank you so much.
Aw. One last request. Any advice for any artist who are struggling?
Yeah, that struggle is what's gonna make you the artist. Yeah, just accept it, enjoy it, let it become a part of you, so that whenever you express yourself, it just follows out with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that artistry only comes through pain, I think.
Ah,
Right.
big pain.
Yeah.
Right.
너무
I definitely
좋아요.
learned so much today.
Right.
너무나 감사합니다. Thank you so much for coming and gracing this studio with your words.
Exactly. And thanks for staying up here and also off-air talks for us to recharge us.
Thank you for your invitation. I enjoyed it very much. You guys are doing a great job.
아닙니다.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for being here.
Yeah.
We're gonna say goodbye to you with a song by V2. This is Fantasy. Thank you so much and hope to see you again.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.